Our trip to the zoo got off to a bit of a rocky start, as we forgot something at home. But then after a quick trip to the bakery and some fresh bread, we were happy and on our way to the zoo. We saw cars and tunnels and signs and McDonald's and tunnels, buildings, navigation, and what is this guy doing? No obstacles were gonna stand in our way. It was the zoo or bust.
Sie rechts ab, dann Ankunft.
Thank you, Tom Tom. After waiting what seemed like 45 minutes for this jackhole to get out of his parking spot, we were parked and on our way. For safety reasons, Vincent needed a quick oil change and a safety hat. All smiles, packed and ready, tickets in hand. Here we go.
Elephant.
Because we're smart, we planned our route in advance, and it was on to Alaska. And so we walked into Alaska. And everyone is having crazy fun already.
Dead thing, sleeping cat.
We got to see some of these guys at some sort of discotheque. Not everybody seemed quite as happy. Hey Earl, you see Joe? Yeah, is Joe doing that thing again? I think so.
Moose sign thing.
As we moved on, Vincent seemed a little stressed, so we gave him something to eat. And finally, we saw some giant cool things. I mean, besides a mild skin disorder and Tourette's, these things were awesome. Vincent got into a bit of a staring contest with a duck and won.
Sign, bus, diner.
And just when we thought it couldn't get cooler, bears. We decided to step outside to get a closer look.
Warning sign, Irving.
Look at this wicked cool bear house. And you know what lives in a bear house? Bears. And bears. Then we walked into a scary dark mine, and then we almost died on a death bridge. Whew, that was close. And then we walked and we saw these things and that thing.
Picture of a picture, sad bear, sad bear, sad bear.
And then we walked and we came upon a water tunnel where we were greeted by the locals. And we were showered with many gifts of joy and
feet, stump.
And then we had a rare opportunity to see a swimming ice bear. And if it wasn't for these jacklick, misbehaving parentless children, we probably would have seen an awesome swimming ice bear. So we went outside to get a closer look. Having had all we could stand of Alaska, we walked to Africa. It wasn't that far. And then we saw these things and somebody's house and these things. And then we walked and then we saw a lioness crouched down, ready to strike at its prey. And then we saw this guy. In all the excitement, Vincent could hardly control himself. And then we saw these things and these guys and something weird happening over here with these things. They were awesome. And this guy was cool. And this guy was cool. And then we took a gander at these things. And then we walked. And then we saw these things.
Picture of a picture of a picture.
And then, whoa! Check these things out. I think they eat sticks. Yep, confirmed. I mean, they don't walk so fast, but I think they'd still kill you. Okay, these things are pretty whoa. I mean, they love to play, and I think they hunt for food. And then we saw this guy digging, maybe making a fort or something, or... Oh, yeah, got it. And then we walked a little bit, and we saw these things, and those things, and that thing, and ooh, looks like a party. Looks like a party, well, except for this guy. Uninvited. Vincent couldn't believe his eyes. And then we saw a thing with spots, and we saw a thing that looked like maybe he got spray painted, and we saw this guy doing something. And then sometimes you see things you wish you didn't. And then we walked, and we walked all the way to Asia.
Dog, bicycle thing.
We didn't really see a lot of animals at first, well, except for these things. And then we had a little photo opportunity. We definitely saw these two doing something. That guy. And then there was a fountain, and we definitely saw some scary cool things on the ceiling. And then there was a cool guy who climbs really good. And then there was a guy who swings really good. Vincent could hardly control himself.
Cart, flower, flower.
And with the winds blowing and daylight waning, it's time for us to sadly head to the exits. Bye-bye, zoo. The end.